Ferrotype photographs, also known as tin-type photographs, are pictures developed and printed on metal plates. Ferrotype photographs were created in the 1850s and were at their most popular in the mid-1860s to the 1870s. Although they were quickly replaced by newer, better photographic processes, such as silver prints, ferrotypes were still used into the early 1900s because they were cheap, quick to develop, and durable. The American Banknote Company used ferrotype photographs in the development of the 1893 Columbian stamp issue. Most of the subjects selected for the stamps were based on classic paintings and murals. To create the stamp dies, the engravers needed to envision these images in miniature and in reverse. By taking a ferrotype photograph of the subject and engraving an outline into the plate, they could be used to print reverse images that served as references. To demonstrate this process, I will use a vintage ferrotype photograph to print a reverse image. I'll start by engraving an outline into the plate. Although this video is intended to show the concept of this process used by the company in the 1890s, I'll be using modern tools for my convenience. I'm not a professional engraver, so this outline will be much cruder than the precise lines carved by the American Banknote Company. Those engravers would have used manual etching tools to cut into the metal plate in a process that would take considerably more time than the 10 minutes it took me to engrave this ferrotype. With the engraving done, the ferrotype is now a die suitable to use for printing. Printing from the ferrotype is done in the same process used to print the issued stamps from the finished plate dies, although on a much smaller scale. A layer of ink is applied to the die, covering the entire design. Ink fills the grooves created by the engraving. The plate is then wiped clean to remove excess ink from the top of the smooth, flat surface. Now only the ink within the engraving remains. Paper is applied to the top of the die, and now it's ready to run through the press. The American Banknote Company would have used professional printing presses, large and capable of applying tons of pressure to the plate. For this demonstration, I'll be making do with a small home pasta press. I run the plate and paper through the press, forcing the paper to take in the ink that remains in the engraved die. Voila! I've printed a simple, reversed image of the original subject. You can see some of the original ferrotype essays used by the American Banknote Company in the 3-cent, 6-cent, 10-cent, 30-cent, $1, $3, and $4 sections of this exhibit.